Hi, this is Daoud, and I'm going to take you through how to add a YouTube video to your WordPress website. Now, there's a number of ways to do this depending on how your site's been set up. What I'm going to do is just walk you through the most basic way, the simplest, and really the most foolproof way that doesn't rely on WordPress plugins or WordPress's system at all. It's actually the way that YouTube itself works. And a lot of the other services do this the same way. Rever and some of the other, Dailymotion, all have these codes that you'll find. So I'm going to show you how to use that. And you may have a slightly different setup on your system, and if so, I've probably taught you how to use that. But this is at least the most foolproof. I shouldn't say foolproof as far as making it work. It's not dependent upon, as I said, any plugins or additional software. So here we are with our website. What we're going to do is just add a blog post to today. And so this should look pretty familiar to you by now. And I'm going to go here in the title. I'm just going to put blog post with video. I'm going to go ahead and paste in some basic content here. All right, there we go. Now let me scroll down here a little bit. There we go. So, as usual, I'm going to categorize my blog post there with category 1. But, everything's basically the same. We have the title, we have our content, and now I've decided that I'd like to put a video right in here, right in this, right in this space right here. So I'm going to put my cursor here just to think about this for a second. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to jump over to YouTube. And when you get to YouTube, you're going to see under this box right here, there's a URL, which is the same as this URL up here. But there's also, this embed code. And so we're going to take this, and we have to wait here a little bit for YouTube to load. YouTube's going to give you some options, what color the player is and what size and such. We're just going to do this straight as it is. You can play around and make these adjustments later. And so all we're going to do is highlight this entire content. We're going to copy it by going to edit copy. And then we're going to come back over here. And we're going to go from the visual to the HTML view. And I see when we do, you might find a little bit of code here, but usually not a lot. I'm going to go ahead and hit enter twice. Just twice. And then I'm going to paste that whole big chunk of code, that embed code we just took from YouTube. Now that's the big chunk of embed code from YouTube. And then after that, we just publish. Select publish. And let's go view our site. I'll go ahead and refresh it. And we should see now, there's our post with our video in it. And if we play it, we'll get to, well, you probably won't hear share, but you might hear it just a second here. Well, this will load here, and you'll see that share's video will play. There we go. So that's it. If you want to do something like center it, by the way, you want to jump back over to visual. That's one thing between HTML and visual here. You can highlight it and use the center. Here, let's do this. Center. Oh, I guess you can't do that. There is a way to center it. It's all written. It's in a code. But usually your videos are large enough. Really, with video, you want it to be as large anyhow as you can make it. Excuse me, especially if you're using YouTube. So centering it may not be a big deal. Though I thought this worked. Anyway, it doesn't. So that's it. That's getting a video into YouTube. That only took a couple of minutes to show you. Or video from YouTube into your WordPress site. This works for pages or posts exactly the same way. And again, using the embed code, even though you got to look a little bit at HTML here, which is what all this is right here, does make it a foolproof way to get this in place. There's other ways, but I'd rather show you this way because I know that this way does work every single time. So that's it for now. Talk to you soon.